Hi, good morning. How are you doing? Today, I want to talk about over-exercising and how it's impacting people's weight loss goals. Look around you and sometimes even introspect and look at your own workout schedule. We're working out more and more. We're making our workouts more and more intensive. But what's happening is that translating into weight loss. Forget about weight loss. That's the wrong term to use. Is that translating into fat loss? I'm not a fan of the weighing scale because when you lose weight on the scale, it could mean anything. You could be losing water weight, you could be losing muscle mass, okay, or, all of these things. These figures can be very, very misleading. What you should be looking at is fat loss. And what's the best way to determine fat loss? Most of these machines in the gym have a variance of more than plus to minus 25%, which is also very misleading. So all these fat calculation machines and stuff like that, I don't rely on any of those figures, and I don't believe in seeing any of those figures of my clients as well, because they're misleading and it doesn't tell exactly what's going on in that person's body. The best way to measure fat loss is the size of your waist. So if you're losing inches, you're losing fat. It's as simple as that. So throw away your weighing scale, because that one number that people wake up to across the world every day dictates their behavior and the way they feel for the rest of the day. That one number. If your weight's not moved down by a couple of grams or a kilo, it depresses you, and then that raises your stress hormones, your cortisol, and we all know what happens when your cortisol levels are raised. So go with inch loss. Are you fitting into your clothes better? Okay, do you need to change your wardrobe because your clothes are getting looser for you? You're losing fat. That's how you measure fat loss. Anyway, let's come back to over-exercising. Day after day, I'm seeing more men and more women coming to me with burnt-out adrenal glands. Hypothyroid is on the rise everywhere. And yes, most of us resort to taking a pill because we believe that's exactly what will heal our thyroid. But let me show you the correlation between overtraining and your thyroid and your adrenal glands. Today, men and women are stressed, their bodies are stressed, and yet they put those stressed out bodies and that stressed out mind through more intense physical activity. And in that process, you're burning out your adrenal glands. From the time of evolution, there were 2 or 3 stressors. You were either running away from an animal or you were chasing an animal to hunt it down for food. That's the hunter-gatherer, aspect. Very few stressors, but today all of us are moving on from one stressor to another. We have chronic stress. And so exercise, let's face it right now, exercise is a stress on the human body. Now you can decide to make it a good stress or a bad stress. So a little bit of exercise on a body that is well rested and well recovered is great for you. But exercise, even moderate exercise on a body that's had less sleep, on a body that's stressed, on a mind that is stressed, can produce so much of cortisol. And that cortisol increases your estrogen in the body. Now, estrogen increase in women. Estrogen binds on to thyroid, to your thyroxine hormone, TSH, your thyroid stimulating hormone, also known as thyroxine. Basically, estrogen binds onto your TSH. And because it binds onto your TSH, you have less thyroid stimulating hormone in your body, which is nothing but a hypothyroid situation. So higher cortisol levels cause thyroid problems. Now you pop a thyroxine every single day of your life because your doctor says that it's a lifetime medicine and you got to be on it for the rest of your life. Is not going to solve your problem, which is why most women and most men with a hypothyroid issue are frustrated and eventually reach some stage of depression, because no matter how much they exercise and how well they eat, they cannot lose weight because of their underlying thyroid problem. Now, how do we fix this? Not by exercising more. Number 1, reduce your total stress. If you have not slept well at night, if you're traveling and you have less sleep, or you have too much of work and you're sleeping less, your answer is not more exercise, because over-exercising a tired body, a body which is already deprived of sleep and melatonin and other key hormones, will only make your body increase its estrogen level. And because you increase your estrogen level, you now have a thyroid problem. There's no way you lose weight. There are so many men out there walking around with man boobs and, big biceps and, muscles all over, but this fat pot belly and love handles. That's an indicator from your body that you're producing too much of cortisol and producing too much of estrogen. So then the quick fix for men is start taking testosterone supplements, because they believe, and like most doctors say, increase your testosterone and you'll automatically balance out your hormones. But you have a problem of estrogen-induced syndrome, which is happening because of your high cortisol levels, your stress hormones. And the root cause is stress. So no amounts of testosterone is going to fix you. In fact, that excess fake testosterone is going to reduce your stress, your sex drive, and in turn reduce your human growth hormone production, which in turn is going to make you constantly fatigued and tired throughout the day. So men and women out there, over-exercising is not the answer to a good body. Now, we've made this mistake of comparing ourselves with athletes. Okay, let me share a little story about you. There was this whole test study done on a group of people who train for Olympics, athletes, pro athletes. Let's first understand the life of an athlete and of people who train for the Olympics. They sacrifice their family, they sacrifice their life, they sacrifice their entertainment, they check themselves into training camps, and they train 365 days of the year. They eat, sleep, and they train. They eat, sleep, and they train. And their one goal is to win that gold medal. So there was this whole test done on people, on a group of Olympian athletes, and they were asked, if we give you a pill that will guarantee you winning a gold medal in the next Olympics, but you will die because of the side effect of the pill after 5 years, will you choose to take that pill? 80% of these athletes chose to take the pill, because their focus and their goal and their vision and their want is to win that one gold medal, whatever it takes. Now, it doesn't mean they're taking the pill. This study was done to determine their level of desire when it comes to a goal. And that's what they do. They eat, sleep, and train. And over here, laymen like us are trying to adopt the training style of an athlete. And we're burning out our thyroid gland, we're burning out our adrenal glands, and we're suffering. Physio. If you're healthy, you don't need physio. If your sport or your exercise leads to physio, you are unhealthy. Just because you may have the money to afford a physiotherapist, it doesn't mean you're healthy. You are training the wrong way. Training with the right recovery prevents injury. And of course, we need physio when you have a car accident or you've really genuinely had an exercise accident while training. But physio has become a fad. Oh, train hard, don't worry, there's physio for me to take away that neck pain, take away that back pain. But guess what? You are inducing degeneration in your body at a hormonal level, at a spinal level, at a musculoskeletal system level, which means you're bringing on degeneration and aging rapidly, because you're not clear with the goal that you want. So the point right now is over-exercising is doing more harm than you think it is. It's time for you to look within and really ask yourself, why am I doing this? What do I really want? Do I really want a flat tummy? Or do I want a flat tummy because that's what society requires? That's how I'm going to be appreciated and valued and spoken about. Or am I really comfortable with a little bit of fat right now? I'm happy. I'm joyful in my mind. I like eating good foods, and fine. It may result in a little bit of stubborn fat on my hips or my butt or my stomach. But if that's making me truly happy, that's exactly how you should be. So you need to look within and question yourself. Why do you do what you do? Why are people moving from these insane workouts, one fad to another? It happens when you're not balanced inside. And I encourage you to do that. Now, if you're a bodybuilder or you're a model or you're an actress and your life and your career and your money depends on it, it's a different story. And you have a different training plan and you have a different recovery plan and you have a whole set of supplements that go with it to balance the collateral damage and side effects of your training and your nutrition. So again, over-exercising is the reason. And look around at all these marathon runners and everyone on Facebook who's running marathon after marathon. You'll find 1 out of maybe 100 of them who have the body of a runner. If you're running that much, you should look like a runner, which is, yes, you should have a flat tummy. You should have a muscular, lean body. But look around and look at the amount of people with excessive abdominal fat running. It's not commendable. It's good that you're trying, but running is not an exercise tool. Running is an elite sport. Running was never meant as an exercise tool to help you lose weight. It's a combination of good food, adequate running, or some sort of exercise, good sleep and recovery, and emotional detoxification that helps you lose weight. So you got to get very, very, very clear with your goals. But because let me tell you, with all these fat exercises and overtraining, you may lose 2 or 3 kilos. But I'm telling you, I see the broad spectrum, the end of the spectrum of everyone coming. And they're like, oh, I do CrossFit 5 times a week. I do Tabata 5 times a week. I do this amount of training. And then I'm like, why are you sitting across the table and talking to me? What's your problem? You have a hormonal problem. You have burnt out adrenal glands. You have a thyroid problem. So no amount of your fancy exercising is really helping you. Less is more. Get your balance right. Take care of your hormonal glands because you need that a lifetime. So get your priorities straight. Look for that inner balance. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. Have a good day, everyone.